Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about these low profile flip up sights from Magpul. Okay, they're really nice, low profile. They have this distinctive like triangulish type shape in the back here, and then the front has an interesting rotating thing here to adjust the front sight. So they're really nice, but unjustifiably expensive in my opinion. Okay, the pair, I just got another pair in. The pair is $200. Okay, and here's the thing, utility-wise, these don't do anything better than these $35 flip-up sights that I've had for like the last 5 years. I've had these mounted on this specific rifle here since last summer, and they work fine. On a rifle that I have a full-size optic, like this Holosun 503 CU, these sights look decent. You know, they look like everything is, you know, it looks normal to me, okay? However, when you put those same sights on an AR pistol, right, that where I use this a pistol optic, this is the Holosun 507C. When you use these blocky sights, it just looks awkward. Okay, I don't like the way this looks. You know, it looks kind of weird. So I find that the smaller, low profile ones, you know, aesthetically, it just looks a lot better to me. So aiming wise, doesn't do anything. There's no difference between the $200 ones and those $35 ones. Now the way I use my flip up sights, you know, it's basically a way for me to change out the optic and get a quick zero. So let's say I decide to change this optic out. You know, these, you know, the optic is co-witnessed to the iron sights, so I put the new optic in, I zero to the irons, you know, then I take a couple of test shots, and I'm able to get a quick zero. The only other way that I've used the iron sights is, you know, on a couple of occasions, I've helped people, you know, try to improve their qualification tests for the Army. So that's the only other time I've used iron sights. Or on some occasions, I've, you know, somebody that was about to go in said they kind of wanted like a leg up. So again, I trained them with these iron sights because, you know, that's what they have to qualify on. So that's the only time I've used iron sights. So spending $200 on something that I really don't use much is kind of like a waste of money. But I kind of can't quite get over the fact that I really like them. Now, in case you guys are wondering why the front sight is pulled so far back, okay, is because I normally don't shoot this rifle at night, but occasionally I might. So if I want to shoot this at night, what I'll do is I'll take this this pistol light, right? This is the Streamlight TLR1 HL, and I'll just mount this to the front. You know, tighten it down a little bit. And when this is mounted to the front, and I'm looking through it, I can barely see the bottom of this. This kind of looks like a front sight post inside my optic. Okay, so this works really well. I don't have to bother with putting like Picatinny rails on these M-lock rails. I don't have to bother with running wires. So that's the reason why I pull my front sight back a little bit like that. And I mean, if you think about it, I don't know, these things are about, I don't know, some 8 inches apart. I mean, how far apart are the iron sights on your typical, you know, Glock or 1911, right? So, you know, they're far enough apart that I can, you know, if I did have to use these as true backup sights, right? Let's say the optic failed, and I pull these up. I mean, yeah, at you know, within 100 yards, you know, I can get decent hits with these iron sights, with them that being that close together. Now the cool thing is that with these Palmetto PX9s, I really like the way they do the rails, right? They have these skeletonized rails. These are M-lock rails. They give you a 4-slot Picatinny rail on the front here, then M-lock over here to keep it light, and then they give you another 4-slot rail in the back here. So I think somebody kind of had the same idea that I had, you know, pistol light in the front, flip up sight back here, you know, and then since you're not expected to really mount anything here in the middle, you know, they just kept this an M-lock rail, so it keeps it really light. So on a rifle like this, that's the reason why I put the pistol optic on here. So I just wanted to keep it as light as possible, and these these low profile sights just fit it perfectly. Um, so I've got these two mounted with the Magpul low profiles. This one here I've had just these blocky $35 flip ups. So these are now going to come off, and I'm going to put these guys on. So one of the other things that's worth mentioning, if you go on eBay, you will find these counterfeits. These are $10, okay, and they suck horribly. I mean, they're just terrible. Now I don't mind counterfeits if they're good. Like I wouldn't mind if they charged me, let's say $30 or $40, and they made these good. But these are just terrible. They don't fit onto the rail. They have a really cheap screw here, right? Normally, they don't have like an Allen screw that really, they have cheap screws. Even when you Loctite these down, they vibrate loose. The screws will strip. The pins that go through this and hold, let's say, these adjustment wheels in place, the pins fall out. So these are terrible, but for $10, I mean, who cares? The fact is that if I had not bought these $10 ones, I would have never bought the Magpul ones, because the first time I bought these, right? This is like, I don't know, like a year ago. At the time, these were selling for the pair was like $120. So I said, $120 for the pair. Why would I do that? I'm used to paying like $35 for flip-up sights. I'm not gonna pay that much money for that. So then I saw these on eBay. I said, yeah, let me get these. So after I got these, I had these on for a couple weeks. I said, wait, these completely suck. They're garbage. But here's the thing: I had really gotten used to the idea of these low-profile, small sights, small flip-up sights. So, because of these $10 ones, I ended up buying the first ones, which are mounted on this rifle, and I paid $120 for this set over here. Then later on, I got this rifle. By that time, the price had gone. This is like closer to August now. The price had gone up to like $180 for the pair. I'm like, oh crap, that's a stupid price. Doesn't make any sense. But you know what? I really like them. I bought them, and now, for the longest, like I've had this rifle now for, I don't know, since I think October. I had these blocky flip-up sights on it. I've been really trying to get used to having these on the gun, but every time I look at them, like, damn, those are ugly. It doesn't fit, doesn't match the optic, and I finally gave in. And now the pair's up to $200. I paid $200 for this pair, and I'm gonna mount them on that rifle. So bottom line is that these flip-up sights is something that you really don't need. Okay, the $35 ones work just as good as these $200 ones, and I know because I shoot every day here, right? But they're just really nice. And as hard as I tried not to buy them, I ended up buying them just because they look so cool, and I really wanted to get them on this rifle here. So, as far as what I think, hey, listen, get lots of ammunition, get lots of magazines, get a good optic, get yourself a sling, and at that point, if you still got plenty of money left over, hey, the money that maybe you were going to go blow at the casino, yeah, buy these Magpul flip-up sights. I mean, they're really nice. They look really good on the rifle. But just be aware that you're buying them for looks, not because they add any real functionality to your ability to hit the target. These block ones, I mean, they work. They work. I mean, I'm able to hit the targets. Well, actually, I'm able to hit targets out to 100 yards with these $35 flip-ups. Other thing worth mentioning is that they don't have any type of lock. They just use tension, right? So there's not like a button or anything to press. You just pull them up, and it does take a bit of pressure to pull them up. So they're not gonna flip up or flip down unless you actually put your finger there and push down on them. Okay. The front sight, has a little rolling wheel there to adjust the height, and then the rear sight has the two apertures, right? So you got this little thing that flips up, right? So that gives you, you know, if you're shooting for long distance, and then you can flip this down to get the larger aperture, you know, if you're shooting, you know, at shorter distances, or if you want quicker target acquisition. That usually I leave it in this position here. You'll notice that in addition, you know, the good one, not the real ones, right, not the counterfeit ones, they have, that's what the screws look like, right? So it does not look like that screw, right? You see the difference between that screw and that screw? Okay, that's a $10 one, okay? And then if you look at the back, you can also see the difference in the back, right? You can see how this one has like an X in there, whereas this one's got like, I don't know, it's kind of flat. And you can see how the paint's coming off, even though I've only used this like for about 3 weeks. So, you know, normally I say, hey, get the $10 ones, try them out. But hey, listen, I tried the $10 ones and they're complete garbage. I mean, it's just a waste of $10. You know, I wouldn't mind spending $40 for counterfeits if they, you know, if they were as good as, you know, these $40 flip-ups, right? So, you know, if I can get away with using something cheaper and it's really just as functional, you know, I'm happy to do that. But these $10 ones from eBay are just complete garbage. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. And in comments, put them in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'll talk to you guys soon.